What is up, guys? This is your friend TeamLead again, and I bring you a very quick update. Just this weekend I've got married, as you can see from this ring, so that's super great at my personal front. Now going to this professional front, I do want to talk about few things today. So the main topic is, just by being a good developer, will that actually help me in my career? So a quick answer is no. Just by being a good developer, you will not achieve that much, because there are a lot other things you require. So I'm gonna go down through 5 topics, and at the end I believe I'll be answering your questions in the comment section below. So let's get right in. So the very first topic I do want to talk about is actually hard skills. What are the hard skills? If you watched my other videos, you should be familiar with the term. Basically, the hard skill is the actual language or tools you're using right now as a developer. So for example, if you are a C# developer, you can say my hard skills include C# web development, SQL databases, etc., etc. So this is all of the possible topics which can go into your having that said hard skill, right? What are great things and what are bad things and everything else concerning hard skills? Well, you have to understand that even a hard skill in very specific area is, how can we put it bluntly? Well, you need to put a lot of hours into it. So even if you're saying I'm a good C# developer, that's just saying, well, you believe you're a good C# developer, but maybe there are better C# developers. Maybe there are more people who are best suited at one specific job. So even if you have a certain level, or you even have a good hard skill, you have to measure how good of a skill that actually is. For example, if you're just good at mining stuff, maybe that's great for very specific mining areas, like in this game, but other than that, your skill is actually useless. So let me put into this perspective. You can be a very good COBOL specialist right now, even if you heard, I'm not sure, have you guys heard about this programming language called COBOL? You can quickly Google that. It's basically quite an old one. And let's say you have a certain degree in that said language. Now, even if you have a certain degree, you do have to understand, is that actually applicable to the job you want to do? Because even if you are the greatest developer ever, but your skills are like very specific and very hard to apply, well, you will not be that good, just going to the companies which are very business oriented. Yeah. Now, my other point I want to make here are soft skills. So what exactly are these mystical soft skills? Well, there are a lot of ways to say what they are, but I always give a very simple explanation. Imagine it as a tool used for communication. So in this instance, you can think of it as I can communicate with people quite well. That means my soft skills are good. There are a lot of it. Like this is not the end. This is not the end of the list. There are more, but in essence, if the hard skill is how can you do something good, like for example mining, in this game definitely mining would be one of my top hard skills. But if I go and I try to barter with a merchant, I want to get better rates, I want to get better usage for my money. So in that instance, I would require some certain soft skills for me to be a better developer. And this is actually exactly my point. If you are just aiming to be a best developer out there, and you're just gonna go and only perfect your hard skills, so in other words, you're just gonna perfect the way you are coding, that's definitely not going to be enough. Because more and more companies these days, they're looking for actually people who are well versed in being a team players, and if you're not a great team player, that's gonna be a huge con on your part, right? And that's really understandable. That's really understandable. In this case, what the point I'm trying to make here, even if you're like super great at, let's say, competitive coding, and you're going to go to specific company which specializes in, let's say, making good user experiences, and they're basically in other words, they're a professional like web development company like Wix, and you're gonna go in there and say, oh, I have like best possible hard skills, I can make this and this algorithm work and whatnot, right? It's great, but they are making websites for people, and since there are a lot of teammates involved in such process, even if you are like best developer, in your mind and maybe objectively, it's still gonna be quite hard for you to basically join a team of other developers if you cannot communicate, if you cannot achieve the same goals. And this is really important stuff. The third topic I do want to point here is being a culture fit. Now, again, super crazy thing to understand at first. What does it even mean to be culture fit anywhere? Well, think of it as a tribe. Each and every tribe has their way of doing things. For example, one tribe could be specializing in hunting, right? The other tribe would be specializing in gathering. Or in other words, one tribe could be hunters and the other tribe would be gatherers, right? Now, think if, for example, you joined a tribe of only gatherers, right? And you would be like a guy who says, okay, let's go, come on, let's go, maybe kill someone, defeat that or do that, and your tribe members would not like get you, because in their mind they are not violent and all they want to do is basically just gather things quietly without attracting too much attention, and that's understandable. Now, obviously, there are other things concerning the actual culture fitness, but in this sense, or in this case, it makes a lot of sense to actually talk about the way how you can fit into a specific company. You can also imagine a bank. Like in bank, most people are walking with suits, right? Is the suit the right apparel for you to wear? Like for me, I like casual stuff. Like for me, casual works more. In some instances, I wear a suit, for example, for my own wedding. I did that, but other than that, I wouldn't say I'm like super comfortable wearing suit all the time, because, well, simply, there are other things I prefer, like jeans. I do prefer casual, like pants, right? For me, a bank would be like, like trying to look great and trying to be someone I'm really not. In a sense, I wouldn't be that great, or in other words, I wouldn't be the greatest culture fit for a bank, right? And I think there are a lot of other examples you can make about being culture fit into other companies. For example, the easiest way to talk about something is a startup environment and not a startup environment. For example, if you're joining a company this is just starting out, it's basically a startup, it's very easy to understand that you're gonna have to wear a lot of hats. It's gonna be a super dynamic environment. Maybe what you're doing today you will not be doing tomorrow, and that's like, again, in a startup, that's super understandable, because startups today, they are all about the speed, right? Now, if you are a type of person that really is focused on having a super special plan, and that plan must be executed the way it was planned, and you're basically a kind of guy who says, wait, if this is not the exact plan we're going to, this is not the right way to go, then maybe from culture fitness standpoint, being in a startup world would not be for you. But if you're a type of person who enjoys having different hats, who enjoys having different things to do, maybe, just maybe, the startup actually is the best thing culture fit wise for This is just, you know, few of examples, but actually more and more companies tend to speak about being, you know, not only good developers in a sense that have great hard skills, but also having the right soft skills. And even I do see more companies mentioning things like, oh, that guy was perfect for us, but from culture fitness standpoint, he wasn't great for us. Now, yeah. And the fourth point I want to make here is you have to understand what company has very specific skills that they need. For example, even if you do have certain hard skills that you think are great, the company, for example, might be using different things. What I mean is this. Imagine you are a very good C# developer, right? You used the language for quite some time, and now all you ever did, you were working with WinForms. So WinForms is sort of a kind of older technology available. Now the world is going through sort of a Blazor, this great thing called Blazor case or phase. And basically, if the company requires for you to be a very good developer and be able to control, for example, Blazor stuff, you wouldn't be that great of a developer in a sense that you're just, you know, you don't have those skills. So this is just a very, very simple example, and this is, I think it's a bit of a stupid example. Companies would possibly allow you to learn and give you time to learn, but again, you have to see whenever your super great hard skills are actually relevant. So the point I'm trying to make here is basically relevance. The more your skills are relevant, the more usage for them there are, right? Now, the other point I would like to make here is basically being a good developer right now versus being a good developer in the future. So if you, for example, again, the same example with actually learning Windows Forms and for example learning Blazor right now, right? If you are a great developer right here, right now, would your skills translate greatly into, for example, your future skills? Because if you're a super great developer right now, but you don't, for example, you don't want to learn nothing because you know you're the best developer it is, and if you don't want to do anything in the future or learn something in the future, you might just fall down this basically curve where your great skills are not that great anymore. So yeah, this is just a few points I wanted to make on the topic. So keep in mind that even if you are the greatest developer right now and here, just to recap, the idea is even if you have great hard skills, for example, even if you have the ability to build great user interfaces, you have to understand that's not the only thing. If you're gonna go to the interviews, your soft skills are going to be checked. Trust me on this. And if you will not be able to present yourself in good light, so to speak, you probably will not pass the set interview. And no, that's a problem and a solution at the same time. You must be able to have some sort of acceptable soft skills, right? Also, soft skills are not the only thing you must be able to control. You also have to be a culture fit person. In other words, your being must be kinda or some sort of a lookalike of other people that work in said company. If you're gonna be a super odd fellow and everyone's gonna say that you're odd fellow and you're gonna feel like an odd fellow, probably you know you're not culture fit for that company, right? I hope you guys enjoyed this small rant or small train of thought concerning this topic, but I just wanted to make this clear because some students do ask me from time to time, okay, so if I become very good developer at one specific skill, will that help me? In a sense, yes, obviously having at least one good skill will, you know, benefit you greatly, but don't think that, you know, just by having super crazy algorithmic knowledge is gonna save you in all the possible instances. If you're going to the company and going to work as a data scientist and all they ask from you is, you know, to be able to write certain algorithms, yeah, basically GG, you probably won this game. But if you are going to a company which specializes in web development, well, you know, tough titties. You're probably not gonna use algorithms at all, you know. So yeah, thanks for watching. I do hope you'll subscribe to this video, and there's gonna be more. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.